With all of the changes that went on late last year at Pixar, we're going to be asking what's going on with Toy Story 4, and also, is it still going to be coming out in 2019? Well, we'll get into all of that up next. Hi there Waltoneers, I'm Jack, this is DSNY Newscast. Go ahead and subscribe down below and hit the notification icon if you're new to this channel. These videos come out on a Tuesday and a Thursday, just as a very quick reminder. And with that being said, let's get straight into it. So, not often on DSNY Newscast do we dive in a little bit deeper into the greater details of the movie news. But with the opening of Toy Story Land at Walt Disney World this summer, and the massive importance that the Toy Story franchise holds for the Walt Disney Company, it does seem that the fourth installment for the Toy Story saga is proving a little bit troublesome for Pixar. But to understand why, let's go right back to the timeline of events. So back in 2014, Disney CEO Bob Iger announced that Toy Story 4 would be coming out in the summer of 2017. Then, at D23 Expo in 2015, John Lasseter revealed that the next installment in the franchise would break with the traditional Toy Story formula, by this movie being a sort of love story between Woody going on a quest to find Bo Peep. But then in October of 2015, Toy Story 4's release date was pushed back from summer of 2017 to 2018. And then nearly a year later, in late 2016, it was announced that Disney had decided to switch the release date of Toy Story 4 with that of The Incredibles 2, moving up The Incredibles sequel to June of 2018 this year, which would essentially push Toy Story 4 back into The Incredibles 2's original time slot of June 21st, 2019. So there we can already see that this production wasn't just pushed back once, but twice right back to 2019. But then in 2017, the production also saw some more inconvenient circumstances that arose for the film. As in July of 2017, John Lasseter, who was the director of the movie, decided to relinquish his directorial responsibilities on over to the longtime Pixar employee Josh Cooley instead. But then in November of 2017, the original writers on the movie, Rashida Jones and Will McCormack, decided to leave the production altogether, citing creative and philosophical differences with Pixar for their departure. And then that brings us to last week, as Stephanie Folsom was announced as the new screenwriter for the movie. But in all fairness, we don't know how long she's been working on the project, so that could either be beneficial or it could be troublesome. So this movie hasn't exactly been plain sailing for Pixar so far, but when Pixar usually decide to delay a movie, it often signals that there have been issues regarding the story not being exactly correct, as we saw was the case with The Good Dinosaur, which was originally slated to come out in 2013, and then it was pushed back to 2014 before it was finally released in late 2015. And to give Pixar credit, it really does sound like this Toy Story movie has been a lot harder to create, especially considering the incredibly high expectations of exceeding the success of Toy Story 3 that came out in 2010 that made over $1 billion, and also trying to create a non-traditional sequel that will act as more of a standalone installment in the franchise, which makes you question why Disney don't just relieve some of the pressure on the movie and just give it a different title, with the subtitle being something like a Toy Story movie instead, similar to how Lucasfilm are doing with the Star Wars movies. But realistically, with only 18 months left to go in this production, we could be looking at yet another delay for the movie. However, it doesn't seem likely that Pixar will be able to do their trick of moving an upcoming movie into that time slot instead in 2019, as it's been confirmed that the 3 movies currently in development after Toy Story 4 will be original stories. So Disney could decide to push Toy Story 4 back to 2020 and decide not to have a Pixar movie release for 2019, as next year is set to be a major blockbuster year for Disney either way, with the release of Avengers 4, Frozen 2, Star Wars Episode 9, and the live-action remakes of Dumbo, Aladdin, and The Lion King. So it's not out of the realm of possibility that Disney might decide to forego Toy Story 4 and the 7th tentpole movie for that year, considering what kind of slate they've got for 2019. Anyways, now let's move on to some Disney park news. As this past week, we received rumours that Disney would be replacing the Sweet Spells shop on Sunset Boulevard with a Toy Story shop instead. And this does actually make quite a bit of sense, as when Toy Story Land opens in the summer, it's been widely expected that Pixar Place will be sealed up entirely and used as a backstage area, which would mean that Disney's Hollywood Studios would need a new location for a designated Toy Story shop location, as the new land will only have the Toy Story Mania gift shop for merchandise. Meanwhile, over in the Disneyland Resort, it's been announced that It's a Small World will be receiving some bigger changes to the entrance of that attraction, as this area here in front of the attraction will be reworked to better accommodate the new parade route, with Disney Parks blogs stating that there will be a new queue area and other elements around the parade route which will be changed as well. And over in Disney California Adventure, with the construction beginning on Pixar Pier, we now have these newly updated pieces of concept art, which show us that there have been some amendments, such as there will no longer be a movie preview theatre on Pixar Pier, and instead it's going to be replaced with a bandstand area, as we can see in this piece of concept art. And we can also see that Mickey's Fun Wheel will be officially renamed to the Pixar Fun Wheel. Additionally, we've also received a better version of the concept art of the entrance to the Incredicoaster, which now shows us that there will be a Jack Jack cookie stand just outside of the entrance. And lastly for today, we have a very quick fire round of movie news, as Pixar released the full cast list for The Incredibles 2, which will be coming out on June 15th, 2018, with the notable standouts here being Bob Odenkirk and Jonathan Banks, who are both in the hit TV show Breaking Bad. Also, there have been rumoured reports circulating that Lucasfilm are set to release the first teaser for Solo, a Star Wars story, tomorrow on Wednesday the 24th of January. And in Marvel news, apparently the Marvel Cinematic Universe is finally going to get a female-led movie, with the studio targeting a 2020 release date for the rumoured Black Widow standalone movie. But now, it's over to you, Walters. I would like to know which one out of all of the Pixar movies that have currently been released do you think deserves a sequel? And also, what would that sequel then go on to explore? And on the other side of things, what do you think about Pixar creating so many sequels in the last couple of years, and also their return to original stories? And of course, as always, don't forget to put the timestamp of where the hidden Mickey appeared somewhere within this video, along with your suggestion or your comment down below, to be in with a chance to win a DSNY Newscast pin. And congratulations to this Waltner here for winning with this suggestion from a previous video, where we were talking all about the upcoming restaurants that are going to be featured within Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And so that's it for today, so go ahead and subscribe down below if you're new to this channel, hit that notification icon, and give this video a massive thumbs up if you've really enjoyed it, as it really does help this channel out. And I've been Jack, you've been you, and I'll see you real soon.